Hello, Cryptowisers. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Milton, and I will be your captain for this episode. Guys, the time has come. Milty could not be more excited. This is it. This is the week of the launch of one of the most anticipated projects being built on Polkadot. And you know how much Milty loves Polkadot. That's right, kids. The wait is over. This week is the launch of Kylin. Well, more specifically, it's the launch of their token, the Kylin KYL token. As my Cryptowisers know, I have been waiting on this one for a while. It was even included in my top 5 Polkadot altcoin video, which I made about a month ago now. I am so excited about Kylin, I had to include it in this video, even though the token had not launched yet. And if you haven't watched that video, it is this one here, top 5 Polkadot altcoins. Recommend that you do. So, in today's video, we are going to talk all about Kylin and the Kylin launch. I'll walk you through what Kylin is, why Milty's so excited about it, my plan for how I'm going to fill my Kylin bags this week, and break down for you how you can also do that for yourself if you are interested. So you know what to do. Buckle up, because this is going to be another exciting episode of Cryptowise. All right, Cryptowisers, before we get into this, would you do me a favor and smash that like button? I want to know if you Cryptowisers are as excited about Kylin as I am. So if you are, smash the like. Let's make this the most liked Cryptowise video of all time. All right, so what exactly is Kylin? Well, they are building a cross-chain platform powering the data economy on Polkadot. So they combine a lot of elements that I love. They're an Oracle project. In my humble opinion, they are the #1 Oracle project being built on Polkadot. So in a way, they are like the Chainlink of Polkadot, even though, yes, I know Chainlink is already part of Polkadot. So the Kylin network offers any applications and blockchains, such as the parachains or the parathreads. So as you know, to be part of Polkadot, you either have to have your own parachain or you got to have a parathread that is attached to another parachain. And Kylin is going to be able to instantaneously and reliably offer those parachain projects valid on and off-chain market data and social data sources. So they've got Kylin Data Analytics, which is a combination of analytic tools designed for data warehouses. Again, Kylin Data Oracle. So they are an advanced decentralized data feeding protocol powered by Polkadot Substrate. So they offer multiple real-time data sources with complementary to and synergy with off-chain workers. Then they also have this, the Kylin Data Marketplace, which is an open platform for data exchange and pricing. And if you know how much I love Ocean Protocol, I love to see Kylin incorporate the idea of a data marketplace into their project. I think these are going to be huge, and I think there is room for much more than just one of these. And then, of course, the reason we're talking about this project today is because of the Kylin token, the KYL, Kylin, launching this week, and it is the token that will be the governance token for Kylin and also have other utilities within the project. So in short, all things data, all things Polkadot put together, those are two things that Milty loves put together, and now you know why I love Kylin. So for the data consumers may represent smart contracts, APIs, blockchains, protocols, applications of any data repository. They've got the data warehouse, which is a decentralized on-chain repository for the data. Then the Oracle node. So that handles all the data requests such as social data and market data from separate off-chain data sources, and then signs the transactions in the Kylin parachain. You've also got the arbitration node. This guarantees the security and accuracy of that external data, and the blockchain node. These are the validators, the nodes that secure the actual Kylin blockchain, which will be built on Substrate, of course. And if they get a parachain, which I imagine they will, I will be shocked if they don't. So then, of course, their blockchain will plug into the main Polkadot relay chain. So Kyle, the token they are launching this week, is necessary to secure and power the decentralized data network. So a few of the utilities that it has are this. All miners are required to stake Kyle, and the more Kyle you stake, the more probability of you being selected to fulfill the data requests. Kyle will also be used to pay for transactions or query fees for any of the data that is going to be behind a paywall, so for the private APIs. And then it is also a governance token. It will be used to govern the decentralized Kylin network. So here they also have application scenarios for how oracles and data can be used within blockchain. Look, they're pretty much endless. We've talked about oracles a lot on this channel already, so I won't go through that. But essentially, any smart contract network or blockchain project is using data, and they need that data to be verified. And that's why these oracle projects are so important, why Chainlink is so essential to all crypto. And I think Kylin has a chance to be a big player in the Polkadot ecosystem. So as usual, I won't go in depth on the team, but all their team and advisors are up here on their website. The project lead is Dylan Dudney, but as you can see, they have a ton of people on their team and working with them as advisors. So recommend, as you're doing your own research, make sure you always look into the team, who they are, what they've done, what their experience is. Key part of any project that has a non-anonymous team. Here you can see there are a ton of venture firms that have already invested in Kylin. And then here, this is one of the things. Kylin has a ton of partnerships. I would think they must have maybe the most amount of partnerships of any Polkadot project, because like I said, basically, if you have a project that's using smart contracts, which is essentially every blockchain project being built on Polkadot, you're going to need an oracle provider. And right now, it seems like Kylin is the go-to. So they are partnered with projects we've made videos on here on the channel, like Rio DeFi and SpiderDAO. Other projects we've talked about, Reef, Paid Network, but they also have Edgeware and Ramp and Plasma Pay, Polka Markets, which just launched, Bridge Mutual. And as I've said before, I also love seeing projects. If it's a Polkadot project, you'll love seeing this stamp here, the Web3 Foundation Grant stamp. Web3, they are the foundation behind Polkadot. So by getting a grant, it doesn't guarantee anything, but it means they've read a proposal from you and they felt like it was worth investing in. So Web3 Foundation Grant, check. Kylin has that too. All right, so that's a quick overview of what Kylin is. Once the parachain auctions have happened and these projects launch, we can go more in depth when they actually have working platforms that we can explore. But today's video is really more about the launch of Kyle, so let's go into the token economics. All right, I've already walked through the utility for the token, so let's get into the token metrics. Total max supply is 1 billion Kyle tokens, and their distribution plan is as follows. So they did the seed sale. This is mostly for the venture firms and the bigger private investors, 7.5%. They will get 6.25% of their tokens this week on launch. Then you've got the private sale, 9% of the total supply, and 20% of these private sale bags will be unlocked this week at the public sale. So that's important to note. You've got 20% of 9%, 6.25% of 7.5%. Now, in a lot of cases, people who got in on the private sale, people who got in on the seed sale, they will be looking to get some of their capital back or take a little bit of a profit. In this case, they might not. I don't know, but that is always a concern when a token launches. But I like this economics. I like that they only get 20% of their tokens right now, then monthly over 9 months for the private sale, and for the seed sale, monthly vesting over 12 months. So the public sale is 1.5% of the total Kyle, and that is what is being released this week. Then we've got the team, 9%, but that's 0% unlocked for a year. Then you've got the advisors, again, 0% unlocked for 4 months. Don't have to worry about any of that. Parachain bond funding, key, 15% of all Kyle tokens they are setting aside for their parachain. That makes me think that they've got a great shot at landing one. Then you've got 5% for ecosystem and community, 10% will be unlocked. I imagine this will be for marketing and and different giveaways and such. Foundation Reserve, 10%, not worried about that. I would be shocked if any of that got actually sold on the market right now. And then the mining incentive, 40%. So this week, we're only looking at 6.25% of 7.5, 20% of 9, and the 1% of the public sale. That's really all that's going to be on the market this week. Key to know. So even though there is a billion supply for Kyle eventually, this week there aren't going to be much on the market. If the seed sale, private sale people don't want to sell this week, we're talking only 1.5% of the total supply will be available this week. So I think this is going to be a very hot token to get a hold of. And they're doing a unique 3-phase rollout of this. One of them already happened. One of them starts tomorrow. And then the full launch on Uniswap later this week. So let's walk through exactly how they're launching Kyle this week. All right, phase 1 was on Polkastarter. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm not a huge fan of these launch pads, okay? They're really more marketing because there's so few tokens available through these actual launches on the Polkastarters of the world. Now you've got Paid Network doing them. Mantra DAO's getting into them. Look, if you can get into them, amazing, great, good for you. Obviously, if you can get the token that way, it's not bad for you. But it's very limited in terms of how many people can get a hold of it. So this is Polkastarter here. And as you can see, they've already done their phase 1 of Kyle. So you had to sign up for the whitelist over the weekend. This happened on Monday. But honestly, guys, the tokens that were available here, one, you had to be chosen from the whitelist. There was way more people on the whitelist than were chosen. Then the tokens available sold out in like 30 seconds, a minute, whatever it takes. Look, I whitelisted like everyone else. I would have loved to have gotten some Kyle this way. Didn't happen for me. Those of you who were able to get it, good for you. The key to this though, guys, is these are locked up, okay? So the people who got their Kyle tokens through Polkastarter, they don't get their tokens yet. Locked up right now. So impossible to get them through this now. That is over. That brings us to phase 2 and the Balancer liquidity bootstrapping pool. They have an article here on the Kylin Network Medium blog. If you're interested, you got to read through this. A lot of important information. I've actually never participated in one of these liquidity bootstrapping pools, but let me walk through what I have gathered so far about how this works. Number 1, this is the key thing to remember. The token will be launched in this pool at the highest possible price point, and that price is 95 cents. So everyone who got it through Polkastarter got it at 5 cents. This pool will launch at 95 cents and then go down from there all the way down to 5 cents. This makes the process more fair as you can't just have people kind of front running and buying everything up right away. So you have to be strategic about it. You got to decide in your head, what is the price you want to pay? Now, I'm going to be very interested in watching this because yes, 95 cents for a token that just launched, which puts it at a fully diluted value of 950 million. That's a lot. But the key thing is they don't expect you to pay that for it. The price will start to go down if people do not buy it. But with crypto being as crazy as it is right now, with Kylin being so highly anticipated, I'm actually curious to see if some people might actually pay the 95 cents for it and just say, F it, I want Kylin, I'm going in. But to give you some insight from me, I will not be bidding at 95 cents. I do have a price in mind. Unfortunately, Cryptowisers, I got to keep it to myself. Okay, I can't give you all my secrets here, but I have a price in my mind when I will start bidding, and then I will also keep money aside to try to keep buying as it gets lower from there. And with any luck, I might be able to get some tokens at 5 cents, but I am not banking on that. So if you are going to participate in this, I really highly recommend that you read this article. It has all the information that you need. Another key element, you need USDC. Okay, to buy on Balancer, it's paired with USDC. If you use another asset, that's going to increase your transaction fees. And this is going to launch tomorrow, March 3rd at 10 a.m. UTC. Another thing to remember, this is open to everyone. So for Polkastarter, they had a little bit of Kyle set aside for people that didn't own the amount of polls that you had to own. But most of these launch pads, you got to own a bunch of the tokens of the launch pad. For this Balancer phase 2, anyone can join this, okay? Remember that. And this is what the interface will look like. You're going to be swapping USDC for Kyle. Because it's in USDC, you'll know exactly what the price point is at any given time. So if you wait, that price point will come down and hopefully you can get in there at the price that you want. Another thing to remember, they do have multiple wallet options here, but they suggest MetaMask. All right, so phase 2 starting tomorrow on Balancer. And this is going to last for 48 hours. So it starts tomorrow, 10 a.m. UTC. It lasts for 48 hours. And then phase 3 will begin on Uniswap. All right, so that is the key thing to remember. This is how it works, okay? It starts at 95 and then slowly and slowly and slowly comes down as the hours go by. So tomorrow, do not expect the price to go down that much tomorrow. This is the kind of curve that you can expect. So according to this graph, I don't think it's going to go exactly to this, but this is kind of gives you an idea is that 8 hours in, you might be able to get it at like 32, 34 cents-ish. And then it won't be until 48 hours where you'll get it at 5 if there's any left by then. All right, so that is the phase 2. Phase 3 is on March 5th, and that's when Kyle will be out in the world. Because all the Kyle tokens bought from phase 1 and 2 are locked up until phase 3 starts. And phase 3 is kind of the traditional method, which is launching a pool on Uniswap. In this round, you can buy and sell the amount as you wish on the Uniswap pool. So starting March 5th, the pool will launch on Uniswap. At that point, everyone who bought on Polkadot, everyone who bought on Balancer, theirs gets unlocked. Not going to lie, I have not had great experiences with the Uniswap launches. When these started, I'd get so excited. I'd go in, I'd be one of the first ones there. I would try to buy as fast as I could. Sometimes it was okay. The price just kept going up. Other times you saw a big crash. So it's hard to know with the Uniswap stuff. And so my strategy for Kyle this week is going to be this. So this is something that Crypto Differ put up on Twitter. This is kind of historically after a Polkadot IDO. Okay, so in the green bar, you can see that's the all-time high from the launch price. And then in the kind of light green, gray, that's where it stands at the time of this graph. So as you can see, the lowest project here was Butterfly. It went all the way up to 23 times its initial price, but now only sits at 2.3. But that's the lowest. Okay, so Kyle is launching at 5 cents. If we go by the low, it's about 12.5 cents. That to me is going to be the lowest price I could see it sitting at. Now, if we go to the highest, that was Polka Markets. That hit 155 times its original price and now sits over 91.5 times still. So where is Kyle going to sit? That's the question. I am so bullish on Kylin that I believe it's going to break the record. I think it's going over 155 times, which would put the price of Kylin at $7.75. That is extremely bullish. Okay. I think I might be too bullish on it. So I think that's around best case scenario. But as you can see, if you bought it on Balancer for the high price of 95 cents, I mean, if it goes to 7.75, you're laughing. So kind of means why wouldn't you just go all in at 95 cents, right? Well, it's the risk, of course, because maybe it's not going to 95 cents. Maybe it's only going to 12.5 cents, as I said. That's a big range to play with, 12.5 cents and 7.75. But at least it gives us a range. Now, of course, it could be much lower and it could be much higher. No one knows. But that's the range I'm playing with in my head. Okay. Obviously, you don't want to be buying up at that 7.75. That's kind of best case scenario. You've bought in and it just keeps going higher. Now, Milty's strategy is going to be to try to get into the Balancer pool tomorrow. I want to stock up a big fat bag of Kyle. I have my price point in my mind. I'm not telling you what it is, but it's not 95. So it's lower than 95. I'm going to start trying to buy and then I'm going to buy down. We'll see how it goes. I don't know how competitive it's going to be. Never done one of these pools. My next strategy is going to be watch it launch on Uniswap. Let it have that first gigantic push up. Then I'm going to wait for a dip. This is if I don't get as much as I want on Balancer. I'll wait for that initial dip Once it skyrockets, then I'm going to wait for about a 50% dip, and that's the range I'll start buying in on. Look, guys, as always, Cryptowise is not financial advice. I repeat, Cryptowise is not financial advice. We're just a couple of guys talking crypto. So this is my strategy. It could blow up in my face. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you guys to do that. But I always love hearing other people's strategies, so I'm sharing mine with you. Kyle will be a long-term hold for me. Long-term, I'm not worried about it at all. Only question for me is how low can I get in this week? How much can I buy this week? I can always DCA in over the next weeks and months. Okay, it's not actually launching its mainnet until Q3 of this year. So we got time. This is early. But as excited as I was for some of these other projects, I'm way more excited for Kylin. And seeing how successful these ones were, I got to get in before it's too late. Okay, if I don't want to see Kylin go 155x and I'm not in. I've been waiting too long for Kylin to launch. Before I let you go, I do want to give a shout out to Bull Sander on Twitter. He's at SanderCrypto78 on Twitter. I cannot talk about Kylin and not give this guy a shout out. As much as Milty loves Kylin, this guy loves Kylin even more than me, and I didn't even know that was possible. Okay, so if you're into Kylin or you want to learn more about Kylin, make sure you follow Bull Sander. He is a must follow for anyone into Kylin. And of course, follow Kylin Network as well at Kylin_network. And hey, while you're on Twitter, follow us too at Cryptowise Daily. All right, Cryptowisers, that is my video on Kylin Network's launch of Kyle. Of course, we'll be talking about this project through the weeks and months and years to come. If you haven't already, please smash that like button. Let's make this the most liked video in Cryptowise history. If you love Polkadot, if you love Kylin, make sure you smash that like and, of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Guys, the other thing I love about the Kylin launch, it means we're getting closer and closer and closer to the Polkadot launch, and there are going to be so many great projects launching. In the coming weeks and months, we're going to have Moonbeam, we're going to have Kilt, we're going to have Akala, okay? And so many more. This is going to be an exciting time for Polkadot, and you know we will be covering it here at Cryptowise. So, thanks for watching my video. As always, my name is Milton. Until next time, over and out.